Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogam Monster here, and welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF as I like to call it. Hope everybody's having a great day and a good evening. It's good to see everybody here. For those of you that are new and you've never been here before, what do we do here, guys? We hang out and we talk about basically anything, cryptids, whatever, fishing, anything. You got something on your mind and you want to discuss it, you can bring it here. So what I do is I put the link in chat, and if you click on the link, you can follow the directions and come into the show, and I'll bring you on, and it's pretty simple, right, Mr. Lee? No, well, you get a pass, Mr. Lee. Baby steps, right? Yeah, all I ask is that when you do come on, you turn off YouTube in the background so we don't get that reverb. Hell, I forgot to do it the other night. It happens. Sharon, how are you? Hey, Cindy. Sandra. Sue Ashwell, how are you? Good day. Away from Australia. Hey, Anita. Good to see you. Hope you're feeling well. Lockbeard, what's going on? Angel Nolan. Right, I got to scroll up. Hey, Mid-South, Scotty Waddles. I think we cover just about anybody up that way. Let's go. Oh, I'm listening in. What's up, dude? Daily Dan, what's up? I know there's somebody else I saw in here that I don't think I acknowledged. Grasshopper. What's up, Grass? Who else? Well, I think I got it. It's funny, I keep getting YouTube notifications. Shit I can watch later. So what's up, everybody? Everybody good? I hope so. So yeah, same old. It's sad, but here we are. No, I'm looking. I'm getting excited. I'm doing some work on the pop up. That thing traveled 5,000 miles. Some things loosened up, so I got to tighten it back down. Getting things packed up, thrown out. Shit I don't need. I'm just, I've been sulking or pouting for a bunch of weeks now, and it's time to, get my ass in gear. So that's what I'm going to do. Sometimes you got to climb down off that cross, use the wood to make a bridge, get over it. I know that sounds, well, it's pretty true. So what is everybody up to? Gary Johnson, how are you? Aida Bustamante, how are you? Hey, Breeze, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Breeze. I had to make sure I can't see the top of it. I'm going to pour it down the front of my shirt. That would suck. That's why I'm hot. Damn it. NAC, what's going on? It's I'm sweating my ass off because I'm drinking coffee. All right, let me put this over here and click this here. Voila. All right, guys, the link is in chat. If anybody wants to pop on. Rooted, what's up, buddy? Haha, great to see you. Hey, Bob Van Buren. What else we got coming up here? Bob, you got anything going on you want to promote coming up? Feel free to hop on. Western New York Bigfoot Investigation Group. What's up, Joe? Yeah, it's hot as balls in here. Me and Stevie had this argument back and forth. She says it better. I'm like, no, I say it better. I say it with a Jersey, and she has that Washington accent. DC, that is. But I only say it like once. What's up, man?
What's up? Oh,
Sorry, I had to turn my speakers on before I told you your microphone doesn't work.
oh, my microphone.
No,
Yeah.
you're fine. My speakers were off. Let's see who he's going to pick up tonight. Let me go out there and hit on the girls as they walk by.
Ain't none showed up. Oh, well, that one guy that was here, he got kicked out. The girls were too much for him. He came back late on curfew. He couldn't get out of bed. He couldn't get out of bed in time. So,
Kelly, how are you? I need a fan in here.
I need a fan out here.
So what's going on in your world, dude?
Man, it's hot. I went out this morning for a little bit, and I couldn't get a signal from YouTube to do a live stream, and so I left. I went and got my ears lowered today, and oh, here's one of that helicopters that just love to fly over.
They after you, or are you just paranoid?
Yeah, it's a red one, so it's not black, so I ain't scared.
Raptor crazy, what's up, Raptor? Hey, Jody G. You back from Italy? That was I enjoyed seeing some of your pictures on Facebook, Jody. That was I bet you had a great time. I'll have to go back and check them out some more.
There's a saying that says, if cardinals are always around you, you're doing right, or something like that. I don't know. Maybe they just follow me around.
Or your neighbors just filled the bird feeder. I don't know.
Yeah. They're on this tree that's in front of me. It's a peach tree, but the tree's got some sort of blight on it, and the peaches don't get as big as a pecan. I mean, they stay like really, really small, and they stay like that the whole year. So it's just good for squirrel food.
Oh, the peaches, yeah. That's a shame.
Yeah. So I mean, there's like some type of disease that's on the tree.
Hey, Jay.
There's two of them actually side by side.
Sharon Guy.
Hey, Sharon. I can't see the chat, so every time I hit the button chat, the whole screen disappears.
I think I've covered everybody. I don't know. So, Rooted, man, why don't you pop on and tell us what you've been up to? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, dude. I'm just saying, I'd love to hear. I haven't seen you in a while. Love to hear what you've been doing.
No, they tired of looking at this ugly mug.
Who, me?
No, me.
No, I'm tired of it, or they're tired of it.
They're tired of it, probably. I haven't put out anything new. I've been doing hell, I lost my train of thought. Breakdowns for people on their videos. I did one for Diesel in New Jersey uh, last week. He had some really interesting creatures in his video.
Are they
So,
from? Was it filmed in Jersey?
yeah, it was in the Pine Barrens,
Huh?
and I caught one that was he was walking off to the left, and he just panned. He panned his camera real quick across a field that had a bunch of down trees, and they had one standing right there, peeking, just standing on the side of the tree, just looking right at him, and I was able to capture it. And
Yeah, I haven't seen Diesel around in forever.
yeah, he's caught up, and he's got a lot of stuff going on. He's got his own artwork
Oh, right
that's
on.
sold in auctions and stuff. So
What kind
yeah,
of work is it?
it's Juggalo uh, paintings and artwork that he's getting imprinted on T-shirts and stuff like that.
For for those of you who don't know, Juggalos, you're talking about insane clown posse.
Yes.
Yeah, Juggalos are followers, if you want, or fans of Insane Clown Posse. That it's a way of life.
Yeah, it's a big thing. There's a lot of people that's involved in it. I
Yeah,
think uh, who else? Somebody else was posting on Facebook and YouTube that they were invited to the Juggalo convention somewhere. I can't. I
somewhere in the
want.
woods.
I was wanting to say, oh, it's Todd Standing, but he doesn't count. So.
Hey, Jen, Mr. Lee, what's up? You are late. Don't worry, I won't dock your pay. Hey, Hobbs. But for being late, you got to come on. Here, I'll put the link there just for you. This one's just for Mr. Lee.
Oh,
No, anybody can use that link if you want to pop on.
come on, Mr. Lee.
Yeah, no, ain't gonna happen. Joey Hayes, what's up, man? Great to see you.
So I caught my coons out here the other night, and I filmed them. That is the last video I put up was the coons. I had somebody in the comments said, "Are you going to tell us what those are?" And I'm like, "Really?" The light was on them. It was two of them standing there.
Some people have never seen snow, dude.
Boom.
I'm sure there's some people who've never seen a raccoon.
There were in the hood. They call them raboons. 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 Like we got good squatches up here.
Do they have names?
Yeah, little shorty and walking around with some shredded pants hanging down off his ass.
Nikki, what's up, girl? Good to see you. Mr. Hugh, how's it going? I think I got everybody. Hey, Christy. All right,
I
guys.
was in somebody else's chat earlier, and I'm saying hi to everybody, and I'm like, "What the fuck? Am I cloaked or something? What the hell? Nobody's saying hi back." And I just finally figured out, well, I'm blocked off that damn chat. So, and I know what it was.
Something you said?
I in my Facebook groups, I'm getting overrun with podcasts in my Facebook shares of podcasts, and it'd be the same. It'd be the same podcast in every group, and then it's shared like 15 different times in a group. So I'm getting overrun, and I made a post the other day, and I said that I will no longer be accepting posts and shares on podcasts. I said, if you are subscribed to, or members of this group, that does not pertain to you. I said that pertains to people that I don't know who you are. I'm getting, just overrun in my groups. My groups are mainly for people that wants to come in, share their photos.
Well, don't
You
they
know,
have to join the group and maybe be approved, or you
well,
don't
if
get
someone in the
approval?
group, shares a podcast, they don't have
I
to
got
be
you.
subscribed or a member. And so I stated that I won't be blocking no one that's subbed or members of the group or podcasts in general. It's just the ones that are overrunning my groups where that's all you see. Nobody can post their photos or their pictures or
Sure,
anything,
sure.
so it's
There's
like getting really,
they're spamming your
yeah, they're spamming
page.
it, and it's getting congested. So and that's all it's showing. So I made that post. So obviously somebody got offended by it and blocked me off their chat. Which, am I going to lose any sleep? No, I'm not.
Squadron Cowboy, what's up, Joe?
Hey Joe, I think Joe
Great,
was one of them that said something about the Juggalo. Maybe he was, maybe
great
he
to
wasn't.
see
I
you.
don't know. Thought he was kind of old for Juggalo. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't think he's wearing any Hatchet Man, pendants or anything.
Yeah, joining the mosh pit. You don't want to break no bones and none of that.
Oh, he'd fuck people up. He's a big boy. He'd
Yeah,
just do it slower.
me too. Everybody's like, "God, you're so big," and I'm like, I don't realize that. I'm only 6'2", and well, I'm getting close to 300 pounds, so I need to lay off a lot of the cakes. But
Yeah, that helps. But I'm guilty of the sweet tooth as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, I weighed
Patty
myself.
Lindsay, how are you?
Weighed a Landry in there. Did you say Landry?
No, Patty Lindsay.
Oh, Lindsay.
That's what
Okay.
it was said.
I say, is my cousin in there? That's another thing. I got in contact with a cousin, a first cousin who I haven't seen in almost 20 years, and come to find out both his parents had passed, and I didn't know anything about it. And I was
Well,
trying to find information on my parents and my sister because I haven't seen them in close to 17, 18 years.
wow.
They think I'm nuts or something. I don't know where they get
Bigfoot
that
and I,
from.
what's happening, buddy? How's it going, Connor? All right. I'm just going to spam my own fucking chat with the link. Well, we got 53 watching. Right on.
Right on, right on. Yeah, well, there's a lot of
No,
drink.
hold on.
There's a lot of drink right now.
NAC, just
David's
come
on.
on and hold on, dude. NAC, come on and we'll figure it out. All right. We'll you got to make sure that you close YouTube off,
Unless
and it should work. If you got a new PC or whatever you're using, new laptop, it shouldn't you shouldn't have an issue as long as there's nothing there that can echo. Duke, what's up, buddy? World Bigfoot Radio.
the Sullivans.
Coming to you from Big Sky Country.
I think I seen Dan in there earlier.
Yeah, Dan's in there.
He's from Canada, North
All
Carolina.
right, let's try
Well,
this. Give me a sec.
All right.
NAC, man.
North
All
Carolina.
right, let's try this. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
You
having
got to turn
issues
off.
here.
You have to turn off YouTube. Listen to me. You have to turn off YouTube. You got to turn off. You have to turn off YouTube.
Like that.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. We can hear you
With a
too.
laptop, it helps because I've got the YouTube up top, and I just click the file close.
You
So that's
just,
what the
you,
problem was.
you split screen. Oh, okay. You split screened it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as you close that window, then that eliminates all the echo
Yeah, well, see, I've
issues.
done 3 live shows with Adirondack Bushmaster so far, and I've not had any problems with him. I've done a couple with NMB. I hadn't had a problem, you know.
Yeah. No, I don't know. And you left YouTube running?
Yeah.
See, the problem with watching YouTube is like the delay.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. With NMB, I left it running, but with Adirondack Bushmaster, I got the link in email and went on. So,
Well, because you didn't go through, so you didn't have to. You don't have to
yeah.
turn off,
Yeah.
YouTube.
Mid South, how you doing?
Pretty good, North Alabama. How are you?
I'm fine. Everything's going good.
You
If I
been
could just
out
get out in
lately?
the woods where I could do some filming, I'd be doing good.
Man, it's been so hot. I start to
Yeah.
get out there, and man, by the time I even get halfway there, I'm drenched, I'm soaking wet, I'm miserable, and I just turn around, and come home. I mean, because I got a nature reserve that's like 6 blocks down the street, but
Yeah.
it's hills where I'm at, so
Both
it
ways.
takes twice as long to get there.
Oh, yeah.
I get to that third hill, and I'm trying to puff on my puffer, and I'm like, oh, I'm going home.
That's true.
You want to get up a hill more efficiently, or where your legs don't hurt, walk up backwards.
Yeah, I've done that. And don't smoke no cigarettes.
That's
Well,
true.
not
Try
saying that.
smoke, try smoking a
Don't get
cigarette.
carried away.
Try smoking a cigarette walking uphill. You take 2 drags and go, oh, fuck that. I don't want that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be up to 103 the next couple of days here.
Yeah, you guys are under that dome of heat
Yeah.
right now. That's
Yeah, I
no.
took the dogs out for a walk earlier, and it sounded like I was walking on leaves, and I was on green grass. You know.
Yeah, Sunday and
Wow.
Friday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't envy it. I mean, I deal with that heat all the time, but I'm a dry heat.
Well, y'all pretty hot out there too, ain't you?
Oh, we're hot as balls, but it's a dry heat. We don't have the humidity that
Yeah,
that
it's
feels
Yeah.
like you're walking through a
humidity
pea
here.
soup.
It's sticky here. I mean, you get out here and you start sweating, and it's just, I mean, it's clammy. Your shirt's sticking to you, and it's just awful. I did get out for a little while earlier today, but I couldn't get a signal to do a live stream, so I walked right on out. I walked probably about 4 acres in, and then did a little filming just on a regular video, which I ain't uploaded yet, but I'll upload it. Didn't really see nothing interesting, so I don't know if I'm uploading or not.
So Duke says, finally getting warm here, 76 degrees and sunny. Perfect weather for a trip to the ghost town of Coloma this weekend. Oh, right on, dude. You're going to Coloma this weekend. That's cool.
Oh, nice.
Feel like coming on and telling us about it. I'd like to know who else is who's going to it. Oh, what did I do there? Let me hit that one. Yeah, like shit. I guess it's 2 years now.
You know, if everybody would do the like button, hit it before they enter chat and everything, it makes life so much easier. None of your mods would have to say, please hit that like button.
Well, it's funny. I don't mention it like until the end. If you enjoyed the show, hit the like button.
I was kidding with Mr. Lee 3PO one time. I told him he was the like button police, like a hall monitor.
Cryptis Canada, what's up, Leslie? Great to see you. I think I have. I think I saved one of your recent releases. I'm going to listen to before I go to bed. And if you haven't listened to Cryptids Canada, go check her out.
I just liked her page came up on my Facebook, and I just liked it. So there's another like. Got it saved.
If you like narrated Bigfoot stories, and she's got some other channels out.
Yeah,
Go
she's
check
got a
out
good,
Coast Canada and
got a
just
good channel.
yeah, she's got a great show. You know,
Oh,
she
yeah.
does it. She
Yeah,
does.
I listen to a lot of them, Dixie Cryptids, and
I think I
but
listened to them all.
Cam has got one of them voices. I don't know. I love his show, but I get into listening to it and I fall asleep. It's like his voice will just lull me to sleep. I don't know what it is because his narrating is so good. I mean, it's really really good.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, there's one of those guys from over in England that does a show, and he talks so smooth and everything, it just lulls you to sleep.
I think what it is if you're not watching something on your phone and listening at the same time, you know your attention is uh, more focused
Yeah.
onto what you're
Yeah, you're
seeing.
not distracted. I mean, if you're like if
Yeah,
I'm laying there with my eyes closed, I'm just listening. I'm not, you
yeah,
know.
and go to sleep. I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning with another podcast blaring, hollering.
I'm gonna have to get me a more comfortable chair besides this dining room table chair. It's hard.
Yeah, tell me about it. I don't know what to
Yeah, the
tell
last 2 hour show I put on, man, I could hardly walk whenever I got
you.
still.
Yeah, I need to be a
Yeah,
few
when
more hands in and put a recliner out here on the porch.
Oh yeah.
I get it takes me a little bit after I sign off to get out of the chair. I'm like all
They're like
slow
most
and I'm like,
everybody else
oh.
does. Swing that love seat out there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Michael Haywood, what's going on, man?
We
Hell,
get
the
that a lot
hillbillies
around
out
here.
here, they don't do it on the porch. I mean, they have recliners and stuff out in the front yard around a fire pit. And
Yeah.
throw some plastic over it during the rain, and
Emily Lundy, how are you? See, someone said you must live in Florida, so let's see. Emily, sometimes I wish I was a Yankee. Too hot in Florida.
Hey. Oh, okay.
Florida. That's awesome.
Come here. I can't hear you.
He
Excuse
just
me.
like eliminated a whole syllable.
Come here. Time out. Hang on.
Cryptid's Canada, that voice is so mellow. Yeah, it is. Mr. Lee, thank you very much for posting all the links in chat. I really appreciate it.
Ah,
we'd really appreciate it if you came on and just talked for about 10 minutes.
it's in your subscriptions. Well, I just don't know how to get on your channel. Just trying to figure out how to spell it and everything. I told her it's in her subscriptions.
That's funny because that's what I listen to most is like her channel and Dixie Cryptid and you know Buckeye Bigfoot and all the you know the storytellers. I don't get into the creepypasta.
I was just fixing to ask you if you watched that.
Oh,
Not usually.
I watched some of Mr. Creeps.
I have in the past, but not lately.
Yeah, it's been a while since I listened to him, but it's just it's all starting to blend in together on his shows. It's like
What's that one out of New York?
the Bigfoot case files.
No, I forgot the name of it. I used to watch it. They tell a lot about the dog man. Dog man lived in my basement and all that stuff.
Oh God.
There's so many channels out there that does that stuff. Like y'all said, it's hard to keep up with all of them.
I've had one encounter with the dog man that wasn't pleasant, and I don't really go too much about that encounter. It was over in Tennessee. But, the people that come up with these stories of they're just like a little puppy and they're friends and all this bullshit, just straight that bullshit. Vic Cundiff tried to get me on his show a couple times. Vic's a friend of mine in Facebook. You know, I have no problems with that. But like I said, I only had one encounter with one, and it probably lasted about 15 seconds. And
It's longer than your average. That's longer than your average Bigfoot sighting.
yeah,
I couldn't tell you whether I've seen one truthfully or not. I mean, I've seen so much out there in the woods, I don't really know what I've seen. I do know that I've seen Bigfoot 10 times, but, other than that, some of
I've
those
had mine
creatures that
encountered
I've seen,
Sasquatch.
I can't put a name on them. That's the reason I watch so many channels is to try to put a name with what I've seen, but I still haven't seen what
You
I
know,
have
you better yourself with encounters if you put yourself out there.
seen.
You go to where they're not hard to find. I mean, this day and age, I mean, between the lumber companies gutting out our forest and all the forest fires that's happening all around the country, it's pushing them further and further inland.
Yeah, well, see, that's the problem. I had a friend that was into cutting pulpwood, and I had another friend that was logging. I asked both of them, I said, "Have y'all ever seen anything like Bigfoot?" And they said, "Man, if we tell you anything about Bigfoot,
Yeah,
we're fired." So
that's
they
right.
can't
They
tell
lose their
nothing.
job. I mean, if they mentioned anything on their job about Bigfoot, they're
Yeah,
fired. They're
yeah.
fired.
So what does that tell you? The government's involved in it. Plus,
Oh yeah, most
they
definitely.
don't
I
want to
mean,
be shut down.
the lumber industry is big. I mean, have you seen the price of lumber nowadays?
Yeah, I mean,
A sheet of plywood is almost $100.
if they told anything, I mean, they're going to shut the thing down, and then they can't keep on going. They won't make no money.
Yeah.
It's just
Hey,
weird.
Kathy, how are you?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
went.
I haven't been in a Home Depot recently, but I haven't checked the lumber prices. I know they went up for a while, then they went down.
Yeah, went and got a sheet of 3/4 inch plywood to go over door about back in February, and it was
Was it marine
86.
grade or was it just
It was
regular?
it was pressure treated, and but it was $86 for one sheet.
Well, a couple of months ago, two New York strips the size of your hand, side by side in the pack, was like $15.
Yeah,
Now, two of
it
them the size of your fist, is $25 now.
it all depends on the area that you live in, and what the price is, and it also depends on the store that you go to what the price is.
Yeah. Well, right now our beef has finally leveled out, but the chicken and pork prices is going up.
I did notice that chicken and pork started going up because that's usually mostly what I buy is chicken and pork.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really priced anything like that. I buy mostly dry goods for the house, and I mean I work at IHOP, so I'm generally pancaking it all week long.
And you wonder why you're so heavy.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's not IHOP, it's IHOP, not I eat.
Well, when I'm working, I get half off of everything, and all my drinks are free. But I went there today for lunch, and I didn't know that my employee discount doesn't carry when I'm not there at work. And I sat down, I got my bill, and I was like, God damn! I was like, what the hell? And she said, what's wrong, Mark? I was like, my meal's almost $20. I said, all I had was 5 buffalo chicken strips and some onion rings. And she's like, well, yeah, well, your discount doesn't carry when you're not on the clock.
Sure.
I was like, well, I wish they would have told me that before I sat down. I would have just had my free tea and walked off.
Patrick Vaughn, how are you? Emma
We got a
Johnson,
place.
what's up, girl?
We've got a
What's that?
place here called George's, and they got George's 1 and George's 2, and it used to be $50 a plate per person. I don't know what it is now. It's an expensive restaurant.
There's a place over in Memphis called the Pancake Shop. It's all you can eat pancakes. You can go in there, and it's like $25 for all you can eat, and they'll bring you like 6 to 8 of them on the first
Big
run.
old stack.
Yeah, a big old stack, and you just smother it down with syrup and butter. I gotta have like a ton of butter on my pancakes, and after you eat
I
them
want to try something good.
after you eat them 7 or 8, you're like, maybe I'll have 1 or 2 more, but you're like stuffed from them because they're like huge.
You guys eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at all when you're
Oh
home?
yeah,
Yeah.
Every
Peanut
once in a
butter,
while.
syrup.
Well,
Peanut
try
butter,
this.
jelly.
I take peanut butter and jelly. I make a sandwich. Then I French toast it. I just dip the whole thing in egg and throw it in a pan, flip it, put the syrup on it, and holy shit.
I bought some peanut butter flavored Chex cereal the other day.
Mm,
That was pretty good.
yeah.
After I put a cup of sugar on it.
Hey,
Yeah.
Val, welcome.
We had a new restaurant open up here. It's one of those fast food joints, Slim Chickens.
Hey, we got one here. We got one here down the street from the house.
Yeah.
I mean, down the street from work. It's called
Oh,
Slim
yeah.
Chicken. I seen that the
Never
other
heard
day.
of
I was like, that's a cool name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Slim Chickens.
Yeah. We ain't got enough Jacks around here. They've got about 15 of them.
It's the only one I've seen here in Little Rock.
Sorry, I'm just scrolling back real quick. Yeah, we don't have Jacks here.
Jack's?
So we just said Jacks?
Jack's?
Yeah. Jack's restaurant.
Oh, Jack's restaurant?
Yeah.
What's it like?
They serve a lot of
Is that what you
burgers
said?
and chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack's. But
They serve a lot of what?
burgers and chicken.
Oh, it sounded like you said murders. I was like,
Oh, burgers.
They cost a little extra.
I want it bloody rare.
And they're a la carte.
I'll take an Axeman special.
That'll good idea.
Yeah.
Jay says we have Maryland's fried chicken. Good.
Jay Fritz. How you doing, Jay?
What's up, Jay? Maryland's? Is that Marilyn Monroe or Maryland Manson?
No, that I don't know. It's spelled like the state. Damien K, how's it going? Faster Man, I think I said hi to you. I just keep reading it. So it's so damn long. I'm like, who is that? And I got
Every time I see that name, Damon,
Damien, get the
Hey.
fire under control.
I think of the what is it? The final conflict of the Omen with Damien as the president.
That's an old movie. The original
Yeah.
Omen.
Yeah.
I was a kid.
Yeah, I was too.
I said, Miles, did they get the fire under control out there?
I don't know. I haven't checked. It wasn't near. It was more towards Flagstaff and up that area than where I'm going camping. But they're getting some rain up there.
Yeah, the last report I had, it was 40% contained. That's all I know.
Yeah, they're getting some rain up there right now. And all along the rim.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was going to rain here. It's all overcast and a little windy right now, so
We've got no chance of rain here at all.
hoping to hear some thunder. That's how the monsoon season is. It's like Florida has pop-up storms all the time. That's sort of how it is here. It's not a system.
I'll tell you one thing I saw last night that freaked me out. Usually I don't see that many fireflies, but last night, I mean,
They're everywhere.
they were all over last night. It was just
They're everywhere out here.
amazing how many I saw.
I wish we had them here.
I was like, man, if I saw that whatever I was a kid, how many there are now, I'd be freaking out trying to catch them all.
Yeah, there's plenty here. I mean,
in New York, yeah.
look, there's one right there.
They're all over.
But it's cool that you got to, witness that. Like you've never seen that many fireflies. That's awesome.
Yeah, here I'm gonna show you. They're all out here. Well, there's see them all over there by that tree.
Barely.
It's still a little light out there.
It's light, but they flickering all across the grass over there.
Yeah, like last night, they was like 4 and 5 blinking right side by side, and you usually don't get to see that around here. Something to do with the weather, I guess. It's just pretty cool to see.
The strangest thing I saw with fireflies was in a cemetery.
Russell's in the Mogollon Rim.
Yeah. Did you ever tie the string around a June bug's leg?
Shit.
No, I've seen it done, but I've never done it.
Oh,
Nikki's done it.
that? The Mogs. Where you at? Mogs. I know.
Arizona.
Arizona. There it is.
I thought about moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out there keeping Kevin straight.
Movie.
Hey, Pammy. My sister
Oh,
Pam.
No, I said I've thought about moving there.
Oh, moving
In
there.
the last few years, I thought about it.
How far is Kevin from you, Moggs?
There's that ginger.
Right now, I don't. Less than an hour and a half.
Yeah. I know that's pretty funny. When he was on your show, you told him get you a water while he was up. He come back in and hand you one.
Oh yeah, I was at his house.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was
trick.
fun.
Yeah.
I try to take advantage of those little situations and make it fun. You know,
Oh yeah.
people aren't expecting someone. You know, like Susie stopped in my house last week, and sat down and we played. What were we playing? We were playing Name That Tune over on
Jeff's channel.
Jeff's channel. Yeah.
Some of those are pretty hard to guess. I mean, you only get this little snippet. You've heard the song 1,000 times, but it just don't pop in your head.
Yeah, no, and that was a weird night. That was just weird because some of them I knew, like boom. Some of them I had to think about, and then some of them came to me like it wasn't a memory. It was like I was picking it up somehow. I don't know. That was just a weird night.
Well, when we get that age, it's sort of our memory.
No. It's not like that.
Yeah, I made the biggest mistake of my life the other day. I got up early and
married again.
No, I got up early, went to Jack's, got my breakfast, my wife's breakfast, stopped by the station and got some gas. My wife had been on me to order something other off of the internet for her. So I got on there and I ordered it. And I thought there was a glitch when it said press OK to pay or whatever, When I mashed it, the screen flipped and it said it again. So I mashed it again. Dang thing cost me $200.
Did it charge you twice?
Yeah.
No, they added on. It was like $60 for the first order. Hey, come on. Hey, you got company.
We got a swatch out in the yard.
I know. You got it.
What's that?
There, yeah, the swatch out in the yard. Dogs don't bark at nothing.
Hey, give him a style. Anyway, first order cost me $60, and then the rest of it finished out to $200. So,
God.
yeah, I freaked out. I got $120 back, but they doubled my order also, so that was pretty cool. They wouldn't.
Okay, Monster Mogs, have you ever heard of guys calling themselves the Arizona 4?
Nope.
Who'd they kill?
Right.
We got the Memphis 3 up there.
Even Nikki's like Arizona 4. Never heard of him.
Are they researchers or like serial killers or something?
No, they're probably researchers. Miss Dill, she's alive. She says, I made it out of the woods. Stubbed my toe. Stars. Saw stars.
It's finally getting a little dark. It's almost 9 o'clock.
Suzanne says, aren't they the ones who escaped prison?
I was watching that thing last night, how busy they were trying to round up all the escaped prisoners. It's amazing how many has escaped here lately.
I watched a movie the other night called Wendy. You ever seen that one? Where these escaped prisoners ended up at this house looking for a key that they stashed there before they went to prison. And this little ADHD, ADD 12-year-old kills all four of them in different types of
Squirrel
ways.
Oh,
It was cool
that's,
though. It was cool.
that sounds like Under the Leaves a little bit. That's a cool movie too.
Oh, well,
Duke says Four Corners research covers part of Arizona. Is that what they were talking about? I'm not sure. Scotty Waddle says, Miss Dill, great to have a real moderator. Mr. Lee just cringed. Now he's going to surrender his wrench. I won't have to take it. Yeah, I don't really look into too many researchers out here. I just don't follow anybody. I'm biding my time. Right now I'm in a holding pattern.
I'm surprised at the ones they have here just in Little Rock. I mean, I've had about 5 different people contact me that live within like a 30-mile radius of me, and all of them want to go out to these sites. But I hear, they ask me, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'd love to go, and I don't hear nothing back. I know we're going out come August. There's a camp out that we're having. There's about 8 of us that's getting together out in the Pinnacle Mountain National Forest. We'll be going out there and do a little scouting and research.
Well, Nikki's going to stop by here probably in about a couple of weeks. Before we're going to take a ride up and scope out the area that we're going to go camping at.
Yeah.
And hopefully, people, it might be crowded. I have no idea. But I think total, there's only maybe about 10 of us going. It's not crazy. So, but that might change.
Is Robin coming down? Is Robin Lynn?
I have no clue.
She just bought that big, beautiful camper RV. I was thinking maybe she'd run down there.
I wouldn't tow it up there. People do. People come in from the other side and they get into those woods, but at what cost? I brought my pop-up up there and it got bounced all over the place.
Oh, a lot of potholes, and ravines.
Well, yeah, it's a Forest Service road, so it's not maintained, and there are switchbacks in it, and it's rough terrain. Not necessarily 4-wheel drive, but a higher clearance vehicle is required.
I got a funny story. That first video on my channel where we went down to Bear Creek, it's real swampy, and man, this place is just thick. My wife was in front of me, and she stopped to tie her shoe, and she asked me, she said, don't this trail going out to the road and go back to the truck? I said, yeah. Well, I was trying to clear it off, and tell everybody, okay, thank you for watching. As soon as I turned to the camera and said that and clicked it off, I turned and looked, my wife was gone. And I'm like, where'd she go? Because she has problems with diabetes and stuff like that. And I'm afraid she might have fell out somewhere on the trail. Well, I started screaming my lungs out for her, and she's gone to the truck. She never heard me. And the truck was only like 50 yards away, 50, 75 yards. But it was so thick in there, she was screaming for me to come on to the truck. I was screaming at her. Neither one of us heard each other.
That's probably because y'all both screaming at the same time. And
we couldn't hear one another. It was that thick, and it was just blocking our voices, But
yeah,
I even turned and went all the way down the creek looking for her.
Barry Browning, what's up, brother? Great to see you. Hey, Fly by Stu.
Hey, Barry. Ain't seen you in a while.
But that's amazing how you're not that far away from each other, and you couldn't because of the
it's
how
just
thick it was.
Yeah. Well, I've had another experience. I went hunting over in Bankhead with some of my friends, and we had just separated on a trail. I told him, I said, I'm going down here and sit down by this tree just a little ways down, and I'm going to watch for deer. No sooner than I got set down, all of a sudden I hear them start screaming at me. I'm like, what are y'all doing? I just got to sit down. He said, man, we've been down here for 2 hours looking for you. I said, no. So, that was a heck of a time slip for me.
I sat on a pair of glasses. No, I might have been in there.
That was
I'm gonna mute his mic for a
amazing
second.
time slip.
2 hours. Yeah, that's
Yeah. I mean, I had just left them and walked down, sat down next to the tree, and all of a sudden they start screaming. They even showed me the clock, the watches and everything. We went in at 5 and it was already 7 and they was ready to go because they hadn't seen anything. It was going to move locations. Weird things happen out in the woods, though. It's unexplainable sometimes.
I've fallen asleep in the woods and lost time. Like shit, I slept for 2 hours. How is that possible?
Yeah.
I got my head, but I will be talking.
Scariest place to almost fall asleep was that tree stand.
There we go.
Perry says, I don't think I have anybody that would look for me for 2 hours and 20 minutes. Maybe. Catherine Lindquist, how are you? Mark Dodman, g'day. Tight lines, brother. Sorting through some fishing gear myself now. I gotta pack up some stuff.
Yeah. It's funny how strange things happen and then nobody believes you, after you tell them.
Yeah, I haven't had any I have now, like in Florida. I had some strange experiences out here. I haven't experienced too much as far as in the woods.
Yeah.
Haven't really experienced anything real strange yet. Of course, like I said, it's been so hot, so.
Yeah, everybody's dealing with it. But it's just funny, I learned today that you learn something new every day. Well, watching the weather when it says feels like temperature, it's 94 and it feels like 98. The feels like temperature is actually in the shade.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
like messing with your mind there.
I'm pretty intelligent, but for some reason I didn't know that.
Well, up in Florence, we had 2 banks across the street from one another, and both of them had the time and the temperature. And on one side of the road, it was 102, and on the other side, it was 99.
Who's right?
Yeah.
Was the time right?
Oh, yeah. Time was perfect.
Patrick Vaughn says it's hard to sleep in the woods seeing what's out there. Low humidity in Florida? I doubt it.
I usually fall asleep pretty quick out in the woods. I don't know, it's just something.
Y'all know what
camping, I fall asleep easy.
Y'all know what a peacock sounds like, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We had a peacock whenever I was growing up, and it always roosted up in the chicken house, pretty close to the top of the hill. And my friends all came over, and there was about 7 or 8 of us, went coon hunting, possum hunting, whatever we could find. It was late at night. Well, everybody had a flashlight but me. Okay. We was all walking through the woods, and all of a sudden that peacock hollered, and it echoed down in that holler. Everybody throwed their guns down and their flashlights down and hauled buggy to the house and scared to death. And I had to round all the guns and the flashlights up. And I said, well, y'all never heard a peacock holler? That was a funny
Yeah,
story.
no, that they have that call that does what the fuck was that?
Yeah,
My cousin used to have one in his yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the other night I was out and I did a video of there was this sort of scream, growl that was coming from a little patch of woods that's like a couple houses down, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I mean, I've never heard it before, and I've had everybody, of course, everybody was commenting, but it was a fox. We had this red fox that's been seen a lot. We put a lot of food out for the raccoons, so naturally, all kinds of wildlife will come up and eat from the front yard. But that red fox, and I looked it up on Google for all the sounds, and the red fox came closer to that sound. So, but it was. I was sitting there going, "What the fuck is that?"
Fox have a pretty good vocabulary. Like, they have a lot of sounds to the repertoire. So do coyotes. Coyotes have an amazing, one coyote could sound like three.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I actually had a coyote slip up behind me one time. I had laid my snack down on the ground. I reckon it smelt it. It was a ham sandwich. This thing come creeping up behind me. All of a sudden, I reached down for the ham sandwich, and I grabbed a handful of hair. This thing went to growling and a snapping. I thought I was going to lose my hand.
Did you lose your sandwich?
Yeah, I lost my sandwich. I went ahead and throwed it to him. I told him he could have the rest of it. But he wasn't even scared of me. He just moved away a little bit and just stood there staring at me. So whenever I throwed him the sandwich, he just picked it up and hauled buggy.
He was hungry.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah, rabies shots ain't no fun.
No. No thanks.
Yeah, I've had them.
True. Mr. Lee does have a family of foxes living in his garden. Mom, dad, and 3 cubs, or pups, or whatever the hell you call a fox.
Well, he's got a group of redheads.
It's a ginger just like him.
Yeah. A big one family.
That's excellent advice, Breeze. Take a kid fishing.
Yeah, we have the fishing rodeos a lot around here for the kids. And I think it's pretty cool.
Well, when I go fishing, if I see kids fishing and they're using, and I know there's fish there, and they're using the wrong gear, I'll cut theirs off and just redo their whole setup, and tell them what to do, and sure enough, they catch fish.
Well, whenever I was a kid, we was lived on a farm, and I didn't own a fishing pole. Well, Dad had a 3-foot yardstick, so I took his drill, drilled me a hole through it, and run me some string off of that, tied it up real good, and I caught a mess of brim pretty quick with it.
Oh, I'm sure. You throw a bobber on there, foot down, you're good to go. A little worm.
Yeah, anything works.
Absolutely. You can just hand line. You don't even need the pole.
We used to take the lightest fishing string we could find, like 5 pound or so, and tie the smallest hook to it and just put just a little nibble of bacon on it and drop it down the crawdad hole. And it grab it.
Yeah.
And you could jerk him out of there real quick. Get you some fish bait.
Or cheese, or block cheese.
Yeah.
Government cheese.
Oh, my
any kind of cheese, man. For some reason, all animals love cheese, even fish. Catfish, man. We catch catfish and
carp like cheese. Catfish like cheese.
Yeah.
Trout. They'll take cheese too.
Yeah, I grew up down in southern Louisiana using cane poles. And we would just cut up a bunch of that cheese and put on a hook and throw it over there. Catch a mess of catfish on some cheese.
Yeah. Whenever I was a kid, if I only had one sock come out of the dryer and the other never did show up, I took
everybody has that problem, man.
Into tiny pieces and dipped it in my stink bait and put it on my hook. And you could catch so many fish with just one piece of that cloth on there,
Yeah, why is that? I mean, I get that all the time. I put in all pairs of socks and I always get one that's not there, or I get one that don't match.
Yeah.
Joe says when your wife gets mad at you, buy a fishing pole. She'll still be mad at you, but at least you'll have a new pole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the last thing I need to buy is a new pole.
Yeah.
All right.
Got a point, Duke. Give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. But give a
That's
man some
right.
dynamite and a dip, everybody eats.
There you go.
All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off of here.
All right, Mid South.
Y'all
We'll
have a
see.
great night. Rest of y'all
All right.
evening.
You do the same. Thanks for
All
popping
right.
on.
Sure.
Take care.
Anytime.
All right, guys. The link again is in chat.
Yeah.
Barry says Joe tortures grandkids with fishing poles. Ask him about it. Oh, we're an hour in already? Holy crap.
Yep.
Still got an hour to go, guys. So if you want the show to go anywhere, you got to come on.
Yeah.
whoever you are.
You know, whenever I was about 12 years old, 13, Dad chewed that old Freedent gum all the time. I don't know if you remember that. It was good for your dentures. It's called Freedent.
Freedent? Yeah, okay.
Dad was chewing that, and he'd been smacking on it all day, and we'd run out of worms. And Dad grabbed his chewing gum out of his mouth, fixing to throw it in the pond. I said, wait a minute, let me see that. He threw it to me, and I put it on my hook. I caught a 3-pound catfish off of it. Yeah.
I was up, we were fishing up in Newborough, Ontario, and we were night fishing for smallmouth, but they call them black bass.
I lost it again.
I handed it to you. Do what now? My wife interrupted me.
No, I know, that's all right. So yeah, I was up in Canada fishing for smallmouth at night, and we ran out of bait, and I put a small piece of lollipop stick
Oh, yeah.
on the hook. I caught fish.
It's amazing what you can catch them with. I mean, some of the weirdest stuff you can think of.
Life is a
have the
fly,
biggest
right?
problem.
Ontario Smalley is my favorite.
I have a problem with keeping my livers on the hook. I never
Yeah,
right.
and I've tried so many different things to tie them to the damn hook somehow, or get those little, like an onion bag or something small material just to keep it to the hook. But then it's a pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I love fishing with chicken livers.
Yeah. Best way to keep them on is pantyhose.
Okay.
You take your pantyhose and hook it on
No, I get it.
double hook, put your liver in, and then hook the other two sides. That way it's in like a sack.
Yeah.
It stays on while you cast.
Oh, I didn't think of the pantyhose part. I mean, I was using like a netting material, but pantyhose is...
Yeah, it just makes like a sack for them to sit in.
Sure. Interesting.
Yeah. We're sitting here talking about fishing, but Lake Mead's drying up, and then nothing out there in Las Vegas drying up. Just think,
Yeah,
a bottle
great
of water.
Salt Lake,
Yeah,
that's drying up.
They keep drying up. Bottled water is going to be expensive next.
Yeah, right. That'll be price gouging when it's absolutely necessary to buy water.
My wife's lost something again. She's going crazy.
Her mind? Just kidding. Just kidding.
No, my wife's lost something again.
Can't find her keys.
Crazy. If I had a nickel for everything she lost, I'd be.
Tell her her glasses are on her head.
Yeah. I swear.
See, Joe, just because, I don't know about you, Joe. He says, I thought he meant to wear pantyhose while fishing.
No.
The good when you're ice fishing, though, is you're ice fishing as your first layer. Pantyhose will keep your legs warm.
Yeah, I've always heard pantyhose keep you warm. I've never tried it.
Who was it? Broadway Joe Namath. He would wear pantyhose when he would play football when he's with the Jets.
Hang on just a minute. I'm gonna have to mute you. Just mute myself just a second.
I got you. Ben, what's happening, buddy? Looks like Connor popped back in.
All right, now you got me.
Right on.
Lord mercy.
Yeah, that's why I find like this. I chose this nice little closet because it's quiet.
I wished I did.
I think next I'm gonna put a light outside that says "on the air" just so people know.
Yeah, it seems like every time a show comes on, I want to watch live. She wants me to go to town. Either let her, I get on live. She starts losing everything, wanting to know where it's at. It never fails.
That's funny. I actually want to talk to Connor to see what he's been up to.
Yeah, he's on Paranormal Highway a lot now.
He's always over there.
Yeah. Yeah, they had a good show today.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch it.
Talking about the battle over Los Angeles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they hit nothing. A few people were killed.
Yeah, it was amazing how many rounds they shot at nothing.
1,400 rounds.
Yeah.
That's a lot of friggin' rounds.
Yeah. Well, we need Papa Craig or Uncle Bones to jump on here and give us a fishing report.
Just scrolling back and see if I missed anything in chat. Oh, Dill, thank you for posting the link. Now, if people would just use it.
Yeah. Mr. Lee, I've been on here twice and it ain't killed me yet. You could jump on there at least once.
No, I give him credit. We had a talk. He didn't use the camera. It was just like this, but it was not recorded or anything. It's cool to use because you can use StreamYard
If he don't want to show his face, he can block the camera.
Oh, he did. But like I said, we weren't recording. I recorded a little bit of his voice. Ben, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I got a different accent today.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing.
Is it amusing?
And confusing.
Oh, amusing and confusing. Yeah, that's cool, man. So you were just talking about the Battle of Los Angeles, right?
Well, I didn't bring it up, but yeah.
Yeah. Man, so did y'all listen? I mean, I don't know if y'all like Sasquatch Chronicles, but did y'all listen to the Richard Doty thing?
Nah, I hadn't yet.
Wow. It's pretty eye opening.
Is it how old is it? Is it recent or is it,
Dude, it just it's like the dude releases stuff like on Wednesday Sunday and some other day. But it was just released. Yeah.
Okay.
So he released this as a podcast because he said something about it'd be better seen as a podcast, I guess. I don't know. Instead of putting it in a link as a like a blog, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So yeah, dude, that is some crazy shit.
Oh yeah, I'll have to check it out because I always listen to Sasquatch Chronicles.
You do or you don't?
I do. No, that's what got me involved in all this with Sasquatch Chronicles.
I understand. Yeah, man, me too. But dude, this Richard Doty dude, he was. I guess I have to say supposedly. He was supposedly in disinformation with the military. I don't know. Somebody probably like Duke would know more about that. So I mean, he was supposedly in misinformation to try to turn your head this way, like this is not happening over here. Look over
It's
there.
misdirection. Yeah.
Yeah. But he talked about like things that he investigated, and he talked about like kids being abducted, and then he talked about some dude that was attacked by some crazy ass alien.
Hmm.
Yeah, man, it's worth a listen for sure.
Yeah, I had 3 brothers in the military. They wouldn't tell me jack crap of what went on.
Really?
Yeah.
Just because they're sworn to secrecy, or just
I
being
don't know.
brothers?
I don't know. They wouldn't tell me nothing.
What do you ask him about?
UFOs, anything they saw while they was out in the field or anything, they wouldn't tell me nothing.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much official that UFOs are real right now. I mean, official. But they're not talking too much about alien life. That's why.
Well, I can
You know,
understand why my oldest brother never saw anything because he was scared to death dark, and he just went in for the weekends on the National Guard. And I asked him,
Reserves.
how do you get through the weekends on National Guard and duty, and you're scared to death of the dark?
I guess
he
you got
was
to face
scared
your
of
fears.
dark.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he came home. He had to work over one time whenever I was a kid. I remember him. He was still living at home. And Mom had to work over, and he always had to park at the bottom of the hill and walk up. Well, this night he had to work over. It was already past dark, and he zoomed up the driveway, jumped in the carport. He jumps out of the car, runs in the house, and we all sat down at the supper table eating supper, and we hear the biggest crash, and he did not take the car out of drive. It rolled off the hill.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Wow.
it was standing straight up in the ditch down there at the bottom.
Wow.
Oops.
Oops.
Yeah,
Patrick Vaughn says he is episode 782 on Sasquatch Chronicles.
For real?
Yeah,
Wow. I'm gonna have to listen to that, man.
782.
Why?
Check it out,
Why didn't?
folks.
Why didn't he come on here?
What do you mean?
Why didn't he come on the show?
He's here. He's been here.
I just, man, with my shift work, bro. Some weeks I can see the show. Some weeks I can't.
Well, I think everybody should. If you got a story to tell it to whoever will listen. Tell it everywhere.
Yeah.
Tell it
You
here.
already
Tell
heard.
it there.
You already heard my only story, though.
well,
You already
that's the
heard
way I
that.
started out. Whenever I first saw it, everybody always made fun of me and laughed at me and everything. And I got to where I wouldn't even talk about it. And then one day I seen Lon Strickler's post, Phantoms and Monsters, and I emailed him. And then he put my stories on his Phantoms and Monsters and everything.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
The only 2 stories in there of something out of North Alabama, really.
Well, telling the story over and over, it helps.
yeah.
Jay got it off his chest after 50 years. Jay Fritz, he told his story finally. He doesn't like talking about it now, but he got it off his chest. He even went to the same area he had his encounter.
Oh, yeah.
Went in the woods, turned around, walked out of the woods, and flipped the woods off.
Yeah. Well, that's a win for him,
Well, yeah, just to, I had a buddy, Mike Kirkpatrick, had trouble get back in the woods.
I know, bro. Hey, bro.
Finally.
Steve, what's his name? Ishdahl. How to Hunt. Yeah, he just featured Mike Kirkpatrick. He just featured them on his show again, fucking like yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
They aired, NVTV aired one of his segments on there about the guy shooting one with 50 cal. And then the government come along and with a dump truck loaded the thing up and took off with it. And then they got his 50 cal and wouldn't give it back to him.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's
But
expensive.
he
It's a
unloaded
piece of
4
hardware to
rounds
lose.
into the chest of this thing with a Ruger, I imagine a pistol. And then that didn't work, and it was still coming at him. He got the 50 cal out of the trunk along with 4 rounds. He said he shot it 4 more times with 50 cal. On the 4th round, he finally dropped it.
Mm.
And that was on How to Hunt. Then NVTV put it on there. This guy
Okay.
emailed the story in to Steve. So,
Man, I
Well, I
originally
mean,
thought
shit. You hit something with a pistol and it's coming at you, and suppose that they're that fast. I mean, how far away was it when you hit it?
I don't know.
For him to be
Supposedly, he
able
got
to
back in his
load
car.
pull a
Supposedly,
50
this
cal
guy,
out of the truck.
yeah, he
and
got it
load
out of the trunk of the car, and then he got in the car and shot at it while he was driving. I guess, I don't know. You'd have to go back and listen to the story, but he shot it 4 times with 50 cal. I mean, to me, it don't matter how big, how strong you are. 1 round of that 50 cal hitting you anywhere on your body, you're going to drop.
It's going to stop
right. You're right.
Do what?
I said you're right.
Donald says, "Do you actually believe that? You're gullible."
No,
What?
it's just a heck of a story, but
Oh man, he got a sweet bandana. That guy. I wish I had a sweet bandana like that. Golly.
Email me your address.
All right.
Richie
All
says,
right.
"Have y'all saw the last episode of Expedition Bigfoot?" Yeah, I watched
So what happened
it. What do you mean?
with the last episode of the expedition? Because I read online that it was possibly going to be fruitful, but I don't watch it. But I'm not watching it.
Well, they found some possible bedding areas, some nesting areas,
Okay.
where they're looking, and how they had to get to it. They crawled through like a little cave that opened up on the other side, and it was just weird how they found it. But they're out there doing it. It's cool to watch. They're more scientific than anybody that's showing
Yeah.
shit. Now, I think, I don't know. Again, I don't follow too many researchers.
Yeah, I understand. You believe in Dogman, Mokes?
On the fence. I don't know.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
well, the first
I think
sighting
that-
was 1887 in Michigan, Wexford County. That's a long time back, 1887. That was the first sighting of it.
Of Dogman?
Wexford County, Michigan,
All right.
in 1887.
You believe in it?
1887.
I've never seen it, and I've heard plenty of people that's reliable, talking about it. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's out there.
Oh, that was the other thing.
Like I was saying earlier.
Jill just said they found wolf hair. They did some eDNA test, environmental DNA test.
Environmental, yeah.
With this nest. It was all pine boughs and whatever, but they were from trees that weren't in nearby. And they came back with wolf DNA.
Really?
Some sort of, it was a certain wolf DNA.
Mm.
I forget what it was, but yeah, that was weird.
Oh, I found something weird in my research. I'm trying to get up another show going. And on the Bigfoot evidence, the scientists said that they took all this DNA that they'd found and all kind of stuff, hair samples and everything that they'd found. And they said in the very end of it, the best thing to do is to say Bigfoot don't exist.
Oh.
That's the scientists talking. Now, after they'd done gathered up all this information, all this DNA and everything, then they said the best thing to do is just say it don't exist. They want to keep it hidden.
Sure they do.
So I'm going to ask the most redundant question ever.
Long Island Bigfoot, what's happening? But you know what? There's, if say you have like Jeff Harding and he's got these labs set up that are doing their DNA testing and shit, do they answer to the government as an independent lab? Or do they answer to the government as a scientific body? That's the question.
Oh.
Because if they answer to the government as an independent lab, then they if they come up with
Exactly.
something, or
Exactly.
or they're paying for these results. So, are they gonna, if they find something conclusive, is it gonna be withheld?
Dude,
Not
it's
on
the
Jeff's
same
end, but
shit.
on the lab's end,
Yeah. It's the same shit with aliens, man.
Yeah.
They've been knowing about aliens forever. I don't know why I mean, I guess it would undermine our religions and governments and shit like that.
Yeah, it definitely opens up a
Well,
lot of new conversation that
the
Yeah.
thing, the
the,
thing that
the
I found is they
church
said,
doesn't want to hear. What
yeah,
was that?
they
Sorry.
said the biggest thing is it all leads back to Darwinism, and you would have to rewrite the history books along with the science books and a lot of other stuff. And that's one reason why they want it all to keep shut up. And they're trying to point it towards Darwinism and evolution and all this stuff. So I don't know, it's wishy-washy to me. Well, it's just like in the history books. They was always told that Columbus discovered America. Well,
He
whose
found
name
his
did
way
they give
there,
it?
but
Amerigos Vespucci
Mm.
is America's name.
Leif
That's right.
Erikson was here. That there
Yeah.
were so many people
And
that
I
created
read
long
another
before
article
Columbus.
about Leif Erikson too, and you was mentioning Sasquatch Chronicles, and actually it was there too. Uh, Leif Erikson, whenever they came over to the New World, they encountered a giant race of hairy men, and they left. And I read some of the comments. These was pretty bad creatures. Making Leif Erikson and the Norse to leave.
The Vikings, yeah,
Yeah, the Vikings, because they were supposed to be the roughest people on earth back then.
the original
Pretty much.
badass.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, it's weird
So,
what you can find if you dig deep enough into the books and try to research stuff. You can find some pretty weird facts.
so who do you think discovered
Nikki
America?
says Ishtal doesn't vet anything, all about the money and empty promises.
I understand that for real. I do understand that.
I don't
But at
listen
the
to him
same,
anymore.
yeah, I don't blame you for not doing it. But at the same time, I like to hear people's stories.
Well,
Sure, but he pissed
man,
me off
going
one time, and that was enough.
man, going back to what you was
Yeah.
asking, who do you think discovered America? Well, there's a deep question. I mean, because you got to look out in the Grand Canyons. They supposedly found Egyptian treasures.
Supposedly.
Then you've
I've
got
heard
the
that.
Inca.
I've heard
Then
that.
you've got the Incas and the Mayas. That's Miami's named after the Mayans anyway. And then
Really? I didn't know
yeah,
that.
yeah, and then you've got the
Yeah, but you go
Viking
to
settlements up north.
the west coast of South America, and there's the one, where the hell is it? It's called the Oriental Coast, because they were
In
getting
South
trade
America?
from the Polynesians, the
Oh,
Orientals from the South
No,
Pacific that
the
were
really?
making it.
Polynesians had the fastest little boats on the water too. I mean, they could handle the rough waves, and they could go a long distance.
They were great sailors and navigators, and anybody that was back then that was sailing knew their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they made it supposedly made it to the coasts fucking long before, back in the day. It was a Tuesday.
So I'm just gonna say this. I'm neither a proponent or a detractor of how to hunt, but I do watch it. I like the story.
Yeah, I like stories, but I just, for some reason, I just got away from it.
I understand, man. That's for sure. Yeah. I just wanted to say that.
Well, I got respect for Steve and everything. He's got his own channel and he's doing
No,
what he
yeah,
does. But some of those stories are pretty wild and hard to swallow.
Yeah.
But
People
you
say he
gotta
doesn't vet them.
understand, some of the stuff that I've seen is kind of hard to swallow too.
Yeah.
I've had some peculiar sightings out there in the woods that I don't know what they are, and until I find out just exactly what they are, I don't even want to talk about them really. because
Oh, that's fair.
I've seen like little people out there in the woods that didn't
Really?
even look like people, and
Really?
yeah, uh, go from bush
Little
to
people
bush.
like what? Like what you mean by little people?
Well, like not exactly midgets or anything like that. They were like
Yeah.
maybe knee high or a little bit smaller, some of them,
Wow.
and they go from bush to bush, and they go on two legs, and you see it just for a second, and you think your eyes is playing tricks on you. And like I told on that show, the last episode that I done, I've seen some, I thought it was a possum, and it stood up on its rear legs and walked across, but
Really?
it's weird. I mean, it's hard to describe these things. That's the reason I've been watching so many different channels, trying to see if somebody else has seen something other that maybe I've seen, so I can correlate my story with what they're looking at.
Sure.
And say,
Yeah.
hey, okay, they seen the same thing. Now I know what I'm looking at, and they've described it pretty much, So
Well, it gives you that confirmation.
So you have talked to people that have seen the same thing?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the
That's
reason
what
I
he's
watch
looking
so
for.
many channels. That's why
He's
I'm
looking
looking
for 'em,
for it.
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean,
Have you seen the orbs?
oh yeah. Yeah,
Folks, have you?
orb, the
I've seen
last
orbs.
orb I saw was the reason I quit drinking. And
Really?
yeah, see, I had been praying for over a year to quit drinking, and I'd prayed hard. And sometimes I'd even get down crying about it because I was drinking 330 packs and a fifth of PGA per day, just about. And I was
What?
about to drink myself to death, and it was
Wow.
just driving me crazy. And
That makes me want to pee.
90
and I was-
beers? And
Yeah.
a
330 packs. That's 90 beers and a fifth of PGA. And then my wife was getting mad at me because I was drinking myself drunk, sober, at least 3 times a day or 4. And,
yeah.
it just got ridiculous. I
Damn,
was
bro.
drinking, and then
All
I had
right.
been
I'm
praying
glad
for a
you.
solid year that the Lord would help me to quit, and that was my last hope was, to pray to Him for Him to help me.
Mhm.
But there around Christmas, 12 years ago, I'm going on 13 now this Christmas, I finally got mad and I walked out in the backyard. I popped me a top of beer, and whenever I turned it up, I just slung it down on the ground. I said, damn it. I said, you ain't listening to me. I ain't listening to you anymore. I said, I ain't doing nothing. Whenever I did, something there told me to look to my right, and over the oak tree, there was a big orange orb sitting there. And this thing was just stationary right over that oak tree. And I said, okay, you got my attention. Well, this thing was like a hound dog. It went down to the ground and it went through the woods, every trail that I had ever walked in those woods, and it come right back up above the oak tree. And I said, okay, God, that's you talking to me. I quit. And I hadn't touched a drop since.
Right on.
Yeah.
It's that divine intervention,
I
And
mean,
how long
that's it.
how long has
Happens
it been?
sometimes.
13 years this Christmas.
That's awesome, man. Good for you.
I have not even craved it. I don't want it. I can't stand a drunk to get around me. I can't stand the smell of it. And, even the smell of coffee, whenever I was growing up, even the smell of coffee would make me sick. And that's the way beer is now, or any alcohol.
Yeah, it doesn't. I'm not around it anymore, so I don't smell it too often. But I can walk into a bar and not have a craving. I can sit down, have a Coke, and socialize. But yeah, good for you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you go from drinking that much down to 0 all at once. People think, man, you'd be DTing and everything. I never had any DTs or anything.
You're lucky.
Really?
You're lucky.
No delirium. After 90 beers a day,
Yeah. 90 beers.
no
with
delirium,
PGA.
fucking tremors.
Well, you got to figure PGA is 180 proof.
Wow.
Pure
Yeah.
grain alcohol. I was drinking a fifth and then drinking the 90 beers on top of it.
Damn, dude.
It was just ridiculous. I mean, people got to where they couldn't stand to be around me. I get
No, I trust me. I know.
you got one eye going this way and one eye going this way while you're trying to talk to somebody, and they're sitting there laughing at you. You think they're making fun of you, but actually that's the way you look.
Mr. Lee says, I love the smell of beer on my girlfriend's breath. Just saying.
That's funny. That dude is funny, bro.
because he thinks he's going to get lucky that night. Oh,
Yeah,
drunk,
really.
drunk. I'm in.
Wow.
Killed by Bigfoot. How are you? Did you ever drink mouthwash? Not on
No.
purpose.
No, but I will tell you, my brother got arrested for DUI, and
Mhm.
when he went in there in the restroom before he blowed in a breathalyzer, he thought to get him some mouthwash and wash his mouth out,
It's
and
more
it just
alcohol
made
in
him
that.
look drunker because of the alcohol in it. You know, it made him look drunker. So he got a
Mm.
Drake says I stopped drinking when I was in my 20s. That's good, Drake, because
Yeah, that is good,
I
bro.
don't know how old you are now, but it saves you a lot of fucking misery.
And a lot of money too.
That too.
I wished
I
I
didn't
had.
want. I didn't want to talk about that. If I
Well,
could
you
get
got to
to that.
realize I started drinking when I was 14, and I was the only kid around that had a tab at 5 bootleggers.
You had a tab, huh?
Yeah, I could
Wow.
go pick up a case at each bootleggers and haul buggy to a party, and I was just alive for the party because I brought all the beer in.
Sure.
You know, whenever I was 16, I think
Yeah.
a case of Pabst Blue Ribbon at the bootlegger was like $5.25, something like that.
Yeah, a couple
Nothing
bucks.
wrong with a PBR, bro. Nothing
That's
wrong
like
with that.
when I was in high school. I was senior year. I was 18, and we went on a ski trip up to Vermont. At the time, the drinking age in Vermont was 18, so I got to buy all the beer. So we just, we're in high school. We fucking loaded up the dresser drawers with beer and,
Oh yeah,
bags and ice.
I had me a denim jacket back then, and it had 2 pockets, one on each side, on the
Big
inside,
ones.
and then
Yeah.
the pockets on the side. And I always had me a beer in each pocket, so I walked in with beer in my hand and 4 in my pockets. So
To have that
Yeah,
long of
yeah.
a history of drinking out,
yeah.
I
Well, I
don't
quit.
want anybody to have to go through that to
I
detox.
quit 3 times, but the last time was the final one. I mean,
I
if I
bet
went
it's
back to
It really
drinking
is.
right now, I figure I'd fall over dead.
If I didn't stop, I would have.
If I got back on that wagon, man, I probably wouldn't quit. But I don't want to get back on there.
Drake says rough seas will make you sick really fast, at least for me.
I bet.
Yeah, I got a bad case of motion sickness my own self.
That's the worst, man. That's the worst kind of sick you can get. I'll take food poisoning over motion sickness.
The roads going from Mississippi over into Louisiana, that's like a rocking chair, man. That thing, do all the way over there.
Oh yeah. Oh,
From
you right
Mississippi
about
over
that.
into Louisiana, it'll drive you crazy.
Which the ones that the elevated ones over the water?
No. Just I don't know. I left Tupelo and headed out that way, and I think I went.
I did experience what you're talking about. Those
Yeah.
roads, those
Yeah, it's
seams
just
are like,
and it
Yeah.
sounds like you're hitting speed bumps all the way. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
We just went to Florida.
Yeah, I got pulled over one day in town. I was sober as everything. And the cop pulled me over. He said, I finally caught you. I said, doing what? He said, you're drunk. I said, no, I'm not. I said, I'm perfectly sober. And he looked at me and he smelt my breath and he said, okay. He said, I'll tell you what you do. He said, you headed out to the bootlegger? I said, yeah. He said, hurry up and get on out there because you can't drive with a ship sober.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I was all over the road. But whenever I got me a beer in me, man, I was just straight as an arrow. I made sure I used all my blinkers and everything.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
How you can drive better after you drink it sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes.
I'm not
Sometimes.
testing that theory. I'll never know. Actually, I've already proved I can't drive drunk.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well,
Well, I'd have probably never got my first DUI, but the idiot that was sitting on the passenger side, the floorboard was getting full of those little Bud Pony bottles. I said, man, them's got to go. He rolls his window down, starts pinging the stop signs. Well, we've done woke up everybody in the neighborhood, and then all of a sudden we've got 4 or 5 different city and county and states running around looking for us over there. They'd been looking for an hour. Finally, I went sideways up next to the cop that I know, and I said, what's going on? He said, a lot less than what you got going on. He said, get out, you're under arrest.
God damn.
He had the ABC man in the car with him.
Really?
Yeah, and I slid up sideways next to him like Bo and Luke Duke, you know. Slammed the brakes on and slid up sideways.
Probably wasn't one of your smarter moments, but you know.
No.
Maybe
13
not.
You gotta make an entrance, fuck it.
Yeah. I just turned 21 too, so they could put me in jail.
Wow. Hey, Mokes, I'll be right back, buddy.
All right, man. Faster Man says, I lived the rock world. We drank from the moment we woke up till we went to sleep.
That was me, and I wasn't in the rock world.
And I have stopped drinking for months just to prove to myself I wasn't addicted. Never once had a withdrawal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you know what? You push your body just too far, and your body's gonna it's gonna fight back.
It was a Motley Crue.
That's what happened.
Motley Crue and them was on the plane. They got so hard up they was shooting alcohol into their veins or something.
I don't know. That's just stupid.
I heard a lot of stories about that.
Miss Still says, Lockbeard, I believe in God Almighty and do not come at me with a discussion you cannot win or even shake me with. You have theories. History has factual evidence.
That's true.
I guess we're talking T-shirts because Nikki says, wife beaters are only the white ones. What are the other ones? Just tank tops?
Yeah. I've always heard that about the white tank tops. Those are the wife beaters.
White beaters, yeah. Never liked that name.
No.
That's where it came up. Mr. Lee says, is Ben wearing what you call a wife beater?
Yeah, I am. Sure.
He said, no, the white ones are the wife beaters.
Oh, all right. I guess I'm not then.
Oh,
Guess I'm not.
That looks more like a sleeveless shirt than a tank top anyway.
Doesn't it?
It's just a tank top.
A little thicker in the shoulders.
Yeah.
It's just been 110 heat index in Louisiana. So, I'll wear it.
Bigfoot says, I'm hearing now that people are soaking tampons in vodka, inserting them rectally.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Really?
That's something that's been going around. That's been happening for years. I mean,
That's an interesting conversation, though.
well, because it bypasses, you're not digesting it, you're bypassing all the digestive process and basically putting it right into the blood system through
People cramming
absorption.
pills up there, but never
Really?
alcohol.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, I've heard of
You ever
that.
heard that? People cramming pills up it.
Nah, I've
Never tried.
I've heard of plugging ecstasy when I was younger in the 2000s, but I mean that's the extent of it. I didn't know about the whole tampon.
I'm not even going to address that.
Yeah, I know you know about that.
No. Scotty said something, and he said you can read it. You can read it in chat.
I don't have chat, man. I'm on the show.
Oh, do you miss out?
All right. Yeah, I guess I do.
Turn my phone back on so I can get chat. I cut it off a while ago because I couldn't keep up with
Well,
chat.
Bigfoot says, if I had only known that when I drank, I would have done it. No, I don't even think I would have done that.
What plug? All right.
Yeah, no.
Yep.
Nope. Well, it's funny. You go in the woods in certain places like Canada where alcohol is it's hard to get or whatever it is, but you'd find like piles of vanilla extract bottles because of the alcohol.
For what?
They would drink the alcohol. They would drink vanilla extract because of the alcohol quantity in it. You can go to some places, you'll find bottles of
Really?
Yeah.
Who would do that?
an alcoholic.
We used to have a
Wow.
guy in our town whenever I was growing up. He'd always get arrested for going into Piggly Wiggly, and he'd get over on the aisle and start drinking the sherry
What?
while he was shopping. And he'd set
Really?
the bottle down empty, and the manager was following him around and caught him one day. But he had drank about 4 bottles of sherry inside the store, the cooking sherry, so he could get drunk while he was shopping.
I guess I'm just naive about shit, you know. It's unimaginable to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm saying unimaginable.
People handle addictions differently, you know.
Yeah.
Well, we had a
It's true.
guy one time. He got, what was that one beer back in the old days? It looked like the brake fluid can, you know. I
The
forgot
what?
which one it was.
Oh, geez, I don't know.
Anyway, it looked similar to the brake fluid can, but it was beer in the
Schlitz.
can. And he was drinking those, and he accidentally set one next to his brake fluid,
Oh no.
and he drank it, and it killed him.
Oh man, really?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
I was way back there too, but I always remember the story. I wasn't born when it happened. I think that was like 50s or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, brake fluid is no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess.
But you know, whenever we was 4-wheeling out in the forest and everything, if somebody forgot to check the brakes and everything before they went to the forest and they run out of brake fluid, they'd always pour a beer over in it.
Do what?
Get you back home. Then you had to drain all the brake fluid out and everything, clean it out,
Sure.
start over. Costly
Oh.
mistake. But it got us home.
Could you drain it and drink it after, like drinking the brake fluid and the beer, and then spit the brake fluid out, and then just drink the beer?
Why, can you magically separate liquids in your body?
True.
Neat trick.
You know, thank God for a coat hanger one night. The guy's U-joint went out, and we jiffy rigged the U-joint back together with a coat hanger so we could creep home. Took us about an hour and a half. We got out of the forest.
What'd you do? Did you drop your drive shaft?
Yeah. He dropped the front one, and we couldn't go because it would be, it'd be digging into.
Did it have front wheel drive? Was it a 4-wheel drive vehicle?
Huh?
Was it a 4-wheel drive vehicle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I dropped it.
The front one dropped instead of the back one. If the back one would have dropped, we could have just creeped on home and let it dragged. But the front one dropped, so it was in the direction the vehicle was going. So we took the clothes hanger and wired it back up just so we could get home.
Yeah, I did that twice. I threw it in 4-wheel drive and drove
you can
home.
do some crazy stuff, if you get broke down, nobody's around.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. Necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah,
I do.
I turn into fucking MacGyver when it comes to that shit.
Oh yeah.
You desperate.
Bubble gum, toothpicks, and duct tape has got us out of a many
chewing
predicament.
gum.
I think I think the engineers at my plant are all MacGyver because they fucking fix everything with duct tape and fucking bubble gum.
Well, duct tape is awesome. I think I have a one within reach.
Wow, you got one, huh?
Damn right. What else do I have in here? Anybody play any disc golf?
Oh. You play that, bro?
Huh?
What I miss is the old yard darts.
Lawn darts?
Yeah, the old ones.
Yeah, the real ones.
Yeah, I miss those.
Where you actually took your life in your own hands when you played that game as a child.
Yeah. Well, even the horseshoes now are made of plastic, ain't they, or rubber?
You can still get metal horseshoes.
Yeah, I know you can still get them, but most of them are plastic, hard plastic or rubber.
Yeah, but if they have the same weight, they're still gonna fucking hurt.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Just the tone sounds different. It doesn't doesn't sound like a bell when it hits you.
Play horseshoes half the night and then go in and play the rest of the night with poker.
Icon still has the jarts set. Jarts, that's what they wear, lawn darts. Jarts.
Wow.
Judy, I'm not sure. Where's Stevie B at? I haven't heard from her since shit. It's been hours. She went to Virginia this weekend and got to see her dad. So she spent some time with her dad. She got in early this morning and had to go right to work. So I haven't really talked to her. She probably crashed out. I don't blame her. Breeze, take care, man. Good to see you. Thanks again. God bless you.
Good night, buddy.
Still early for me. I'll probably go to about 3 or 4 in the morning, and then I'll crash.
Oh, really?
I can't. I just
Well,
I
don't
got
want
the
to
days and nights mixed
anymore.
up here lately since I've been doing all my research and everything, and it's just
Yeah.
I get up at like the butt crack of dawn.
yeah.
Thereabouts.
Well, that's about whenever I start going to sleep.
Yeah, no, I can't do that
Wake
anymore.
back up about dinner and go again.
No. If it's light out, I like to be awake. Except for those little naps occasionally in the afternoon, but you know what I mean. My dogs get me up, so once I'm up, I'm like, fuck, I'm up. Okay, I'll stay up.
What kind of dogs you got, brother?
I have a German Shepherd, and then that's Maya, and then Lucy's like she's a mutt, little tan thing.
Yeah.
I've had her for 11 years, something like that.
Yeah, I got too much, bro. They are fucking great. You know what? I don't think anybody said fuck enough tonight. Fuck.
It's fucking awesome.
You know, the best dog I ever had was a half chow, half bloodhound.
A what?
Dang, man, half chow and half bloodhound.
Did it have the purple tongue?
Yes. It had
My Shepherd has
a neck. It had the wrinkled up neck and the muscular body and everything, but it just didn't have all the fur the chow had. It had more of the fur the bloodhound had. But this thing, man, it could hunt.
Well, you got lucky there because you don't want the chow end when it comes to shedding.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that's a brutal shed.
But
The Shepherd's terrible.
Well, the chow part made him a good guard dog, and then the bloodhound made him a good hunter, you know, so just a dual thing dog.
So, did you like that dog, or?
Oh, yeah, I used to love that dog. It's dead and gone now. I had him whenever I was about 14, 15 years old, but that was one of the better dogs
You always hunted, huh?
I ever had. The last dog I had was half German Shepherd and half Labrador Retriever. No, he was smart as everything.
Well, I bet that was a good dog.
Oh, yeah, he went across the road, got the neighbor's dog pregnant. After the puppies was born and weaned, he brought every one of them back across the road one at a time and put them in his doghouse. You know, like
Wow.
looked at me like, hey, I adopted these kids.
Yeah. That, okay, yeah.
Raptor says I had a husky chow that had purple spots on his tongue. Yeah, my Shepherd has the black tongue, purple tongue. It's more black. And it's actually their birthmarks.
Yeah.
They're
Really?
prevalent with chows and yeah. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess it is.
What does Judy say? Okay, my husband died in a truck accident. He was drunk. I'm sorry, Judy.
Nah, I heard what you said. I'm sorry to hear that too.
My eldest daughter is still traumatized, no doubt.
Yeah.
Prayers for your older daughter, your oldest.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Time will. I mean, it's a cliche, but it's true. Time does heal wounds.
Yeah,
It doesn't necessarily heal them, but it numbs them.
I lost a lot of friends whenever I was growing up being drunk and driving. Several of them.
I had a friend when I was like 14. I had moved away, and he got hit by a drunk driver. He was walking home from a New Year's Eve party, and he got sent into a telephone pole and killed. That was like the only experience I had growing up with friends passing or losing someone like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
4 dogs. What the hell, dude? Richie has 4 dogs now. Yeah. All yours, or you're watching somebody's?
Yeah, speaking of dogs, mine's sitting out on the floor hollering, hey, hey, wanting them
Yeah,
out.
pretty dog, man.
I got them
Pretty
back.
dog. Yeah, it's a pretty dog. I love dogs, bro.
Yeah, I wasn't a dog person. Or I didn't have the opportunity to be a dog person, growing up really.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
More into cats because they were more independent and, you didn't have to walk them or, it was just easier.
Mm-hmm. I
But
mean,
yeah,
yeah.
now my dogs are like my kids,
Yeah.
they're family.
Dogs are great, bro.
Oh, man.
They go where I go. And I feel bad. Like Lucy is she's getting up there.
I had a Dalmatian whenever I was growing up. That thing, he could fart. He'd just sit there and just smile at you.
Yeah, it was me. I just crop dusted you.
Mm-hmm.
Dalmatians are notorious for kind of bad attitudes.
And a lot of them are deaf, huh?
What?
No, I'm thinking about those. I'm thinking about those silver dogs.
Greyhounds?
No. I'll think about it in a second. But damn, I can't remember. Damn, can't remember. But those silver dogs, man, they look just like Dalmatians, except they silver, and they're notorious for being deaf.
Huh.
Don't know what kind you're talking about there.
Yeah, I can't.
All right, I'm gonna find it out. I'm gonna figure it out.
Mr. Lee says my pug has lost all his teeth or her teeth. Her tongue hangs out now. She snorts a lot. Yeah, that's weird because you ever see a dog with its tongue hanging out? It's because it has no teeth.
Well, I had a many of dogs whenever I was growing up and everything, and even whenever I got older. Now, my grandpa, he had a bloodhound, and he loved to chew chewing tobacco.
The dog or your grandpa?
No, my grandpa's dog.
Sorry, I'm just.
He would
it's like,
he would give the dog a plug of King B twist, and he'd just sit there and just chew it and chew it and chew it, and
wow.
just
Your
drool.
grandpa did that?
Huh?
Your
No, my
grandpa
grandpa
did
gave a dog to chew. It was his dog.
that? All right.
Yeah. And that dog would just chew that chewing tobacco until it was all chewed up. But he loved it.
That's crazy.
You ever tried chewing one of those?
No,
Do what?
I never got into chew.
Ever tried chewing one of those?
No.
Pretty delicious. Tell you the truth, it tastes like pork ramen.
Anita says we had 2 Dalmatians growing up. I had an attitude, but the others. One had an attitude, but the other's hips were double jointed, looked like a hula dancer when she wagged her tail.
That'd be weird.
Oh, the whole ass end would be exaggerated. It's funny. Long Island Bigfoot says 101 deaf Dalmatians would have been interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. It would have been.
It would have been chaos.
What it do? LIB. What it do?
What it do?
What it do?
Growing up, we figured out some crazy things to do to have fun, and one of them,
Oh, cats are
somehow or
involved.
another, we took a log and fastened it somewhere or another, and we tied a rope to it, and then we'd take that rope and we'd go around and around and around, and then somebody'd sit on it, and whenever you let it go, that thing would just start slinging and start picking up speed, and we'd see who could ride it the longest.
And just a log on the ground.
No, dude, you hang a rope from a tree.
Oh,
No, it was
No?
set up on a pivot. In other words,
oh, pivot.
you twirl it around somewhere or another. I forgot how we done it, but anyway, we twirled it around and around, got that thing, and then we'd let that rope go in, and it would start spinning like that. And you just had to hold on to it for dear life to try not to be slung off of it. We call it a screaming Jenny. That's what
Somebody
we
was screaming.
Yeah, we wound up with some broke ribs and all this, and wouldn't ride it no more.
What?
Well, I mean, how is that different from, the merry-go-round you had when you were a kid at the park, Centrifugal force was involved and people got hurt.
Lots faster.
Broken ribs deterred y'all? Come on, man. Broken ribs, you just laugh at that shit.
Yeah, but we used to climb up
You
the
gotta get back on the log, bro.
We used to ride the saplings down, see who could ride one down without it snapping.
Yeah.
Oh, climbing up like a fir tree.
Climb up the sapling and ride the thing down.
Yeah.
Breaking.
Jen had a Weimaraner.
Yes, exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
A Weimaraner. Yes. Thank you, Jim.
They Weimaraners, a lot of times they remove their voice boxes. So they can't bark.
They're beautiful dogs, but I mean they can't hear. A lot of times they're deaf. That's exactly what I was talking about, a Weimaraner.
Yeah, I always called it a Weimaraner.
Thank you, Jeff. Jen.
Tomato.
Yeah. You can call it whatever you want, bro. I mean,
I always never liked the miniature Dobermans.
what?
And those things were, every one of them I ever saw was just mean as everything.
Yeah, they're just.
I couldn't never
annoying
be able
little
to pet them. I
birds.
had 3 friends that had them, and I just had a dislike for them, But one of my friends had a pug, and he was kidding with my other brother. And he told him, he said, "You got a picture of yourself in your wallet?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Show it to my dog." Man, that dog chased him all over the yard until he finally dropped that photo of himself, and that dog sat there and shredded it up. He thought he was going to eat him up. He didn't like pictures. Weird.
It is odd.
I guess I consider myself lucky. I got 2 mutts, and I love them.
Well, they're your companions. They have personalities, and they're just fucking dogs are awesome.
You're right. They love
you
my
unconditionally.
wife. They love my
So
wife a lot
conditionally,
more.
you gotta rub your belly.
Yeah, you're right. You got to rub their belly.
I love you, but
they love my wife so much
belly.
more than me. But it's cool. I'll still take care of them.
Oh, guys, we're almost at that 2-hour mark.
There you
I'll
are.
figure this thing out so I don't echo.
Yeah, dude, it's just a matter of, like I said, turning off the
Well-
YouTube or eliminating anything that.
Yeah, well, the way you was explaining it to me, I was on my phone and you was explaining it to me the last time, and I was like, I can't cut off YouTube because if I do on my phone, I'm not going to be able to be on here.
Yeah, well, you'd have to click on the StreamYard and then pull up the page where you could turn off YouTube on your phone. You can do that.
Yeah.
Well,
It's easier with a laptop.
Well, sure.
I know how to do it.
Just click the little DX and you're there.
Yeah.
Wow.
But anyway, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Call it a night myself.
Barry Browning says deaf dogs are a challenge, but I wouldn't take anything for mine. I forgot his dog is deaf as well.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming and hang out, man. I'm glad your system's working now, NAC.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's fun.
Well, thank you, brother. Thank you for giving me the opportunity and having this place that we can talk.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm glad you got on. You popped on.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see y'all.
All
NAC,
right,
thank you so much.
y'all have a good night.
All right, Ben. Be good, man.
Right.
Talk to you soon.
Later, man.
Peace. Well, guys, it's 2 hours. If somebody had come on, other people come on, we could have went a little longer, but I am sweating my ass off in this sauna. That's basically what it is right now, is a sauna. The bandana's holding in the sweat. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. I hope you had a good time tonight. Chat seemed very active, and we had over 70 something people watching tonight. That's awesome. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed the show tonight, be sure to hit that like button below. If you're new, subscribe, share it. Yeah, just get the channel out there, And if you want to donate to the channel, you can do so by hitting I'll put the PayPal link in the chat below. It's also on the page. It's at the top in the banner all the way in the right-hand corner. Yeah, so anyway. All right, guys. You have an amazing night, and thank you again. I love you all. I'll see you in 2 days. We're going to do it again. This just comes around so quick. Every time I turn around, it's Tuesday and Thursday. But it's great. It's because I get to hang out with you guys. So, all right, guys. I'll see you soon. Good night. Peace and God bless.